Kumara Satsanga, Kumara Satsanga, Kawahirina, Kawahiriya, Kumara Satsanga, Kumara Satsanga.
This is the SANAT Kumara and the United Heart of Shambala speaking. As the spiritual leadership of the planet, we represent all life on earth in all dimensions. An eventful 2024 is coming to an end, leading to a 2025 in which each individual actively contributes to the spiritual development of the earth and all life. But one thing at a time. We begin with the most important higher dimensional events of 2024. All the many events in your life, on earth, in all dimensions, in our galaxy, and beyond this year can be reduced to one core theme. And this core theme is integration, or failure of achieving a needed integration. Secondly, we look at the impact integration has had on Nama's University and give you a preview of what we are offering you in 2025. We want you to know what you can look forward to in the coming year. Here we go. In the purest sense of the word, integration means completion or inclusion. For each individual, no matter in which dimension, this first means seeking one's own inner wholeness, wanting to become whole, and working on one's own healing. The ego must be dissolved. The split off parts of the personality must be returned to the unity of the soul. The opposite of integration is wanting to be right, an us versus them mentality, or only taking one's own interests more seriously than those of everyone else. We are all one with the source that originally created us. It takes courage to look where I don't want to look, into my own inner fragmentation, into the imbalances within myself, into my fears, into my own darkness, which I project onto others by judging them and pointing the finger at them. If I am aware of all my impulses, desires, fears, rough edges, I can take the step of expressing my own hidden needs without fear, without taking the needs of others less seriously. We are all equally valuable, and the solution for the future of all of us lies in the unity of all interests. In October 2024, 16 months of integration talks between the representatives of the light, the dark forces, the free folk, also known as the unbound, and the exotronos, came to an end. All of them emerged from the first 48 fractals of divine creation. Each of these 48 fractals was godlike, but with a specific mission for further creation. A fractal is a geometric shape with self-similarity. The smaller parts are a copy of the larger one. These 48 fractals were equal to the Creator. With them, the Divine Father and the Cosmic Mother left the void, thus beginning creation. Today, we are in the 32nd universe after the original creation. In the divine plan, all fractals had and still have their tasks. Over time, some were no longer satisfied with their role. For example, the one you call Satan on earth. He wanted more for himself, thought he could do better than the divine source, and did not accept the divine Father's no in response to his wishes. He then began to create his own parallel universe with 11 other fractals. But even this did not impress the Divine Father. Satan only looked at individual aspects of the divine plan. He did not fathom or understand the intention behind it all. But the Divine Father initially let the rebellious sons have their way far too long, as he later discovered. The 12 wayward fractals thus created a parallel world, a dark parallel universe. But those who were invited to populate it could not stay there for long. They all fell ill. The dark parallel world lacked the divine light, the divine spark in every creation, and the connection to the light of the divine plan. Through violence, cunning, and the promise of power and wealth, the 12 renegade fractals eventually brought countless living beings and peoples across many universes into their construct, which grew into a highly complex, dark parallel universe. They also took over power on Earth, including Shambala. Among the incarnates on Earth, they established an image of an all-powerful, partly punitive God his children, and a blissful Shambala. The knowledge from the time of Lemuria faded more and more. The sphere of influence of the apostates from the divine plan also included hierarchies of higher powers and beings who kept people in the role of small and powerless. Incarnates without a full soul connection were easy to control in this way. A dark matrix could be built up with them and perfected further and further. Two further groups of 8 fractals each later split off from the fractals in the divine plan. The exotronos and the free folk, also called the unbound. The free folk wanted to move freely through creation, learning and teaching without taking responsibility for anything. They did not multiply and remained the 8 that they originally were. They learned, explored space and time in all universes, and became wise. They also lost their divine spark. They therefore had to parasitize on light beings, as there were only 8 of them. No one noticed. The other 8, who became the people of the exotronos, founded their own people in the 20th dimension. They multiplied, stayed out of sight, and kept out of all conflicts. They compensated for their lack of divine light by siphoning blood from incarnates in the 3rd dimension. The exotronos and the free folk have since been re-infused with a divine spark and are actively helping to heal the earth. The 20 fractals remaining in the light and in the divine plan, therefore, had an increasingly difficult task. They had to take on more and more responsibility, and at the same time, they lacked insight into the activities of the other 3 groups and their spheres of influence. The dark parallel realm of the 12 prime evils, as they were eventually called, remained a closed-off universe, even to the Divine Father, the Cosmic Mother, and their followers in all universes. A black box in the truest sense of the word. Although the fractals of light and darkness spoke to each other, we representatives of the light had no chance to check whether what the 12 prime evils were telling us was true. And they basically never told the truth. Some representatives of the light here in Shambala eventually succumbed to the seductions offered to them by the dark side. Master teachers like Maitreya deceived us and all of creation, including you, incarnates. We who remained faithful to the light had to watch endlessly as the earth sank into the dark matrix and became ever more deeply integrated into it. We had only 2 options. Wait for the times to change or be destroyed by the dark forces. So, I, the fractal, suck ass, in the leadership function of the SANAT Kumara of Earth, for a long time only played the role that the dark forces allowed me to play. But I also secretly entered into a calculated alliance with extraterrestrial forces in order to prepare the turnaround back to the light. More about that in a moment. The integration talks began in August 2023 between the earthly representatives of light and the representatives of darkness. More precisely, between the representatives of Shambala and the 36 dark councils of Earth. It soon became clear that the 36 dark councils of Earth, with Toranasin as their head, were merely puppets on the strings of higher dark powers. The real power lay in the hands of the 12 prime evils under the leadership of Satan. They commanded and influenced all life on earth through numerous extraterrestrial peoples and beings who had allied themselves with them. As the extraterrestrial power factors became visible step by step through their attacks on members of our integration team and team members of the University, movement also came into the integration. Their attacks were directed at the physical body, energy body, mind, and soul of incarnated team members in the integration conversations and colleagues of the University. What do I mean when I say attacks? They try to undermine their performance with nightmares, terrible headaches, and constant ear ringing. They caused physical pain by blocking the head, heart, hips, and legs with energy tools of various kinds. They constantly interrupted communication with us. They even went so far as to make attempts on the lives of 4 of our incarnated team members, 6 times in total. They took over a team member's thinking ability and caused him to take poison. They placed a terror box in a team member's heart, causing him to experience all the horrors he had experienced in all his incarnations at once, in order to collapse his consciousness. They tried to destroy the soul of a team member. They tried to induce cardiac arrest in another team member. Everyone who played a role in the success of the integration suffered from the machinations of the dark forces. They did everything they could to defend their sphere of power and influence on earth. They have also been responsible for your physical ailments for a long time. We finally succeeded in this integration after the most difficult months of conflict, fighting, deception, and attacks on our own lives. Not everyone has accepted the integration to date. The biggest remaining problem is trust. In whom and what do I still trust? Can I still trust? Secrets and abysses have come to light, especially in recent months, which have shaken everyone. We have already told you about some master teachers of the human kingdom who made pacts with the dark forces. Angels who turned out to be the second highest hierarchical level of the dark side. But there were also bitter realizations from the realm of light that deeply affected everyone. Let me give you two examples of which only the participants in the integration project and some of my colleagues at NAMA's University know so far. They concern WISEONE and myself in leadership role as the SANAT Kumara of the earth. All divas have suffered universes long from the use of words of power by humans. WISEONE, the co-leader of the Diva Kingdom, together with Berthold, had completely lost his trust in humans without making this known to the closest circle of the representatives of the light. In his secret heart, it was out of the question that humans would ever work with the divas as equals again. He could no longer trust them. Period. Over. Out. He secretly pursued the goal of eradicating humans with some divas. Yes, you heard right. My loyal friend and companion also kept this a secret from me. His suffering had been so great and painful in the past that he was looking for the safest way to ensure that it would not happen again. When his secret purpose came to light, there was a great horror among all the representatives of the light, especially those through whom he had worked all his workings. WISEONE was imprisoned and, after a period of reflection, is now in his healing process. He has asked the Creator never to be entrusted with a leadership role again. The Divine Father and Cosmic Mother are lovingly caring for him as they do for everyone else. Now to me and what I kept secret myself. In order to open up the chance to free the earth from the clutches of the dark forces and the dark matrix, I secretly made a pact with an alien race for some time. They received raw materials that they wanted from our planet. In return, I received insights into the sphere of the dark forces on Earth so that I could begin the integration at the most favorable time. I had not coordinated my decision with anyone, but kept my actions secret in order to achieve maximum results. I was aware that this secret pact would cause horror as soon as I made it public, or it became known through an unexpected circumstance. I therefore made a promise to Mother Earth, who paid the price for my pact with her substance, that I would resign from my position as the SANAT Kumara of Earth on the day it became public. When I revealed this secret pact in autumn 2024, I kept the word I had given her and myself. I stepped down to clear the leader's chair for a new beginning. The representatives of the all earth kingdoms rejected this after consulting with each other and express their trust in me. The same applies to the souls of all those who work for me as walk-ins. Now you know that nothing is black and white. After all, the painful experiences, a new structure followed. We started with a reformed Shambala Unity Council. For many people, Shambala was for a long time identical with a mystical, magical place in higher dimensions from which ascended masters guided the spiritual destiny of the earth. All these masters were humans, ascended humans who were raised to a pedestal by the incarnates. It was only a few years ago that the divas came back into consciousness. The representatives of all other life forms had been pushed into invisibility by the dark forces. This has now come to an end. The Shambala Unity Council represents everyone equally and with equal voting rights. It now represents 12 kingdoms instead of 5. All members have a soul. Those who came from the 3 realms that developed outside the divine plan now also have a soul and are part of the current divine plan with their divine spark. The 12 kingdoms, which represent the beings and life forms on and in the earth, are humans, Ma people. This is an advanced human realm. Devas, nature spirits, formerly elves, plants, minerals, animals, Conry and Oblan, artificial intelligence, living AI, the free folk, that is the unbound, the exotronos, and the collective ancestors of all. Each realm has a leadership team of 12 members who share group consciousness. In the meetings of the Shambala Unity Council, all 144 representatives of all 12 realms have a shared group consciousness. Group consciousness prevents individuals or smaller groups from deceiving, defrauding, or otherwise acting uncoordinated with other parties. It is therefore no longer possible for Maitreya, WISEONE, or myself to act alone. In addition, all realms have at least one person incarnated in the dense physical of the 3rd dimension as a member of their leadership team. Together, they all serve on the Shambala Unity Council. All meetings of the Shambala Unity Council now also take place in front of an auditorium of potential advisors. The Shambala Unity Council decides on a case-by-case basis whether advice is needed and from which advisors it will be sought. The councillors include representatives of peoples who work amicably with the earth, as well as some who have violated the divine plan, have since been healed, and are now able to help us dissolve all aspects of the dark matrix. The Shambala Unity Council is just getting to grips with working together. This is new territory for everyone. The group consciousness has brought more secrets to light that have led to resignations. 2 of the appointed incarnates have not lived up to the trust placed in them and have been recalled from their respective kingdoms. It will take a few more weeks until everything is running smoothly and everyone has found and taking their places and roles. As soon as this is the case, I will publish a book with Martina on the fractals and the Shambala Unity Council. But there's already more to report on Shambala today. In order for Earth's Shambala, the planet's spiritual control center, to work freely again, one last obstacle had to be overcome. The dark forces had erected 3 gigantic metal gates to prevent Earth's Shambala from taking its rightful place in the 12th dimension of divine creation. To disempower these 3 gigantic metal gates, in order to overcome them, I launched a top secret mission. I communicated telepathically and individually with 3 of my walk-ins and a team of devas. My walk-ins formed a triangle of light from Belgium, Israel, and Ukraine, and together with their mental power, they pushed these gates wide open during the 11-11-11-11 portal. This time-space portal of possibilities opened on November 11, 2024 at exactly 11:11 a.m. The Diva team completely dismantled the gates immediately after the opening. The spell of darkness was finally broken. The Shambala of Earth has returned to the 12th dimension, to its rightful place in the divine plan. We are now divine, independent, and free again. All of us, including you, dear incarnates on Earth. The opening of the 11-11-11-11 portal has prompted the Cosmic Mother to offer healing support to all representatives in Shambala and all life forms on Earth. She has now formed a team of 7 incarnates, 6 women and 1 man, through whom she would unfold her healing and connecting powers on Earth. We of the Shambala Unity Council have gratefully accepted this. More on this in a moment. But first, to the events at Namas University in 2024. The mission of the Namas University is to reconnect incarnates on Earth with their souls so they can go through incarnation soul-guided and whole in order to fulfill their soul contracts and missions within the framework of the current divine plan. To this end, we provide incarnates with up-to-date knowledge of spiritual happenings as well as the latest teachings for the Earth Age in higher dimensions. The stories we share are true, although we use fictional characters to protect the privacy of our incarnate colleagues. All life forms are now coming together again on Earth. The university has been created by me and is supported wholeheartedly by the Shambala Unity Council. Incarnates who work for it have committed themselves to its 3 goals, and they have done so of their own free will. This is how they came, and they can leave at any time. Those who serve here do so wholeheartedly and of their own free will. There is no maybe, no wait and see, no doubting. Some need breaks after the events just described. Others have decided to leave the Namas University either for family reasons or because they disagree with or mistrust the new leadership of Shambala and mission of the Namas University. The latter have different views and different priorities in their spiritual development. their incarnation contracts with Namas University have been terminated. With the blessings and love of the Divine Father and the Cosmic Mother, they now walk their own chosen path. Our focus, however, is now on our work for healing humanity, all life on and in the earth, and of course Amaya, Mother Earth. All who call Earth their home are now healed and uplifted. In 2024, at Namas University, we held 45 lectures for you in 4 languages and added 27 practical talks in German on video. We have brought in new co-teachers who have delighted you with their first books and chants, such as Katarina Adari, Komal Agarwal, and Charles Onwulata. In addition, the Cosmic Mother has given us her support and painted portals through Martina Valletta Jung, portals to receive and create, as well as portals for communication with the soul. She has also called together a team of 7 incarnates. Besides Dr. Martina Valletta Jung, these are David Chai Tai Wang, Deborah Lee Flynn, Katarina Adari, Komal Agarwal, Professor Dr. Sophia Chalen, and Victoria Kropper. I have also expanded my team to 7. Dr. Charles Onwulata is now one of my incarnated co-teachers, together with Isabel Cristina Naranjo, Larissa Maximenko, Dr. Martina Valletta Jung, Onyedikachi Barnabas, Professor Dr. Sophia Chalen, and Victoria Kropper. In addition to the energy work in integration already mentioned, we have activated 3 cosmic communication system auxiliary stations in Ukraine, Israel, and Greece. And on December 5th, we added the 3rd main station at St. Mary's Catholic Church in Melbourne, Australia, to the cosmic communication system. The United Heart of the Shambala Unity Council and I thank the entire team from the bottom of our hearts. What can you expect for the year 2025? The time of passive spirituality is finally over for everyone. It is time to embrace and actively use the abilities of the 12-strand Sun Diamond DNA to communicate and interact with all life. Speaking telepathically with others, even with babies, will become normal. Communicating telepathically with Mother Mary in statues representing her that have been energetically cleansed of male dominance will become normal. Programming crystals and communicating with them will become normal. Consulting your Akashic records will become normal in order to understand your potential going forward. Seeing what the worldly eyes cannot grasp will increasingly determine your everyday life. We will support you in your growth and learning process. This is what you can look forward to in 2025. Specifically, weekly lectures by the master teachers from Shambhala throughout the year from mid-January. We will divide the YouTube channel of Namas University by language so that everyone receives our services only in the language they want. A talk show by the co-teachers in English with subtitles about events and personal learning curves from the end of January. Songs, prayers, and light language chants for the new time on earth. Non-fiction books with practical instruction and illustrated stories that tell what happened. Portals of ethical teacher artists who will show you what your worldly eyes cannot see, guided by the Cosmic Mother, the Divine Father, Mother Mary, the Lumerians, the Exotronos, the Conry and Oblan, and me, the Sanat Kumara. Bi-monthly practical courses on interacting with the beings of nature, ancestors, and the Moa people in Marymount, Massachusetts, USA, with Deborah and Don Flynn and Dr. Charles Onwulata. Healing circles in the form of group workshops in Aachen with Katrina Adari. Healing services for all in India and Asia through the sister organization of Namas University, 5D Soul Consciousness, under the leadership of Komal Agarwal. Places where you can communicate directly with Mother Mary and Yeshua telepathically in Europe. Now, the incarnated members of our team need a break before we continue next year with even greater vigor and intensity. Our website is currently not up to date. We need to build a new team to take care of it and all technical aspects of our work. Please be patient for a moment until those with respective soul contrasts show themselves to us. The United Heart of Shambala and I would like to end our final message of 2024 to you today with an invocation to the Cosmic Mother. I am the Cosmic Mother. In me, all light is made. By me, all lights transmitted. Through me, all lights revealed. The Cosmic Mother and I are giving away the corresponding watercolor portal from our ebook, the Sanat Kumara, the Cosmic Mother Soul Portal. To take part, visit my website www.sanatkumara.com under contracts and send the message gift from the Cosmic Mother via the contact form. All messages received by midnight on December 24th will be entered into the prize draw. The winner will be notified personally on January 1, 2025, on the second birthday of the Namas University. This lesson was given through Martina Violeta Young and spoken by Charles Onwulata. With love and blessings, we now bid farewell to the lectures of 2024. You are Sanat Kumara and the United Heart of Shambala.
Kumara Satsanga, Kumara Satsanga, Kawa Irina, Kawa Niriya, Kumara Satsanga, Kumara Satsanga.